Hi, I'm Lay Eng from Singapore. I am a RP patient. I have retinal dystrophy, and this is the 6th time I've been to Dr. Yu's office in Vancouver. And I have started my treatment in April of 2022. So the first few times I come is because after the vaccination for COVID, my vision start to become blurry and a little bit distorted. So after my second treatment here, actually I have improved. Unfortunately, I had a COVID infection in 2022 after my good results from Dr. Yu's office, and my vision started to deteriorate in the sense that it became very blurry again. And subsequent 2 times, subsequent treatment is sort of like it lifted me back to a better situation, and then it came back down again. So last year and this end of 2023, I had another COVID infection again, and subsequently I had a fall, and then I had a hip replacement. So when I was here in May, I was under tremendous stress from my infection plus rehab, because I had to learn how to walk again in order to come to Vancouver. So I came and I had a month's treatment, and things were slightly better in the sense that when I get back to Singapore, there were certain instances where I had flashes of clarity, and there were certain but somehow my central vision, my overall vision is very blurry, as in that like I have severe myopia, but glasses does not help. So this is my 6th time coming here, and to my surprise, I have discovered a few changes in my sight. Okay, one of which was that I love Pacific Spirit Park in Vancouver. I come here almost every trip. I will come and I will take a look. I will walk in the park and all this. Initial 2 weeks of treatment, when I went to the park, I couldn't see the trees. Everything was very dark for me, and I was shocked. And then I was quite shocked in a sense, but I also know that my vision has declined, but I did not know to this extent. So nevertheless, I still continue on my treatment, and then on the 3rd week, I went to the park again, and this time I could see the trees. I could see the trees. I couldn't believe myself. I asked my husband, "Are those the tree trunks? Are those trees?" Then he told me yes. And in fact, it was a cloudier day compared to my first visit to Pacific Spirit. But it was a good visit, because I felt confident again. And then subsequently, also prior to going to the trip, I do find that I have improvement. When I first came, there was this yellowish tint over my vision. That means I see everything with a yellow filter. Dr. Yu managed to clear it up for me within actually about 6 to 7 days. Now everything is back to its normal colors. I don't see the yellowish anymore. So that was actually good. But subsequently, I do realize that one of the days I realized that I could see my fingernails. Some things that I was not able to see for the last 1 year. So I noticed I have fingernails and how long they were. And I started cutting them. So then I could see like certain distance. When I talk with when we talk to fellow patients and all this, I start to see dimple in one of the patient's face. I asked her, "Do you have a dimple on your left side of the face?" And then she said, "Oh yes, I have a left side." And then another patient has some mole on her face, and then said, "Oh, I could see your mole now." So although it's not 100%, but it's still 80%, and under certain light within a certain distance, I start to see people's face clearer. So that was also another good achievement that I felt in this trip, that I'm exceeding grateful for, because at least I start to see and notice people's expression better. And although the vision is still very blurry, but there were occasions like after treatment, when I walk out, I could see, as my husband was driving along the main street, I could see the cars, the sky, the blue skies, the green trees, pretty clearly. So that was something, that was an encouragement to me too. So in this trip itself, I have a lot of improvements, but also how do I say, in my excitement also, I tried to see a lot more new things, and then I get my blurry vision back again. So so there's something that I think it will improve if I relax and I learn how to see things, take things more casually. So yeah. And another thing is that I was able to mend and sew a free seam on one of my sleeve. So that was also another achievement where I didn't think, never in my mind to occur to me that I am able to sew again. So maybe the next step is that I can report that I can thread a needle. Yeah, it is just but it is the distance, like all this distance, the nearer distance, that I improve a lot. That I felt that I'm happy that I will have more independence, like cooking, doing things at home and all this type of things. Maintaining my vision at home is that there are a series of exercises that I do that Katie has taught us. Try not to, and then of course always try not to see view the. Also, I also took back. I also bought the Vision Rice back to Singapore, and I really love the Vision Rice because the smell of it, the fragrance of the rice when it's cooking, it permeates the whole room. And besides that, I also put some Chinese herbs, like there were days that sometimes I'll put lotus seed, I'll put Japanese yam, and then maybe I put a little bit of tangshan and nongan and all those Chinese herbs that we use to tonic the body. And it's also very useful. I found a way to have a regular supply of Vision Rice because only I eat it. So I'll cook a big pot of rice with all these ingredients inside. And then after that, I will portion out into individual package, and then I will freeze them. So whenever I feel like eating, I will just take out a package and then I may steam it, or I may put more water and turn it into a porridge of nutritious goodness. So this is how I have been enjoying the Vision Rice. Another aspect of being a patient or somebody with retinal dystrophy, there are fluctuations in the vision. Okay, even though I've came to Dr. Yu for a few times, I do see that sometimes my vision I got back is better, and sometimes it's not so good. The last 6 to 8 months was particularly bad. Okay, because like I said previously, because of my COVID infection and then the major surgery for hip replacement, my vision went downhill, and it was pretty depressing because when you compare back, I say why, the vision was okay, and then I managed to regain like most of my peripheral, and why has my vision deteriorated, and is the treatment not working? So nevertheless, because I have make a commitment to come and then to try again, and it took a while because especially the first 2 weeks, like what I said, when I walked towards the clinic, I couldn't see much and all this, and bear in mind, I could do it the last time, I could see the trees in Pacific Spirit Park and all this, and now I just didn't want to do anything. So as the treatment goes I come here for a month, as the treatment goes on for the first 2 weeks, and then I do see that there is much improvement, and my spirit sort of like my own spirit sort of lightened, and also I found hope again. Main thing is, I think sometimes as RP patient, we do lose, when our vision declines, we do become a little bit you start to question yourself whether when am I going to go blind, is really this treatment helping me and all this kind of thing. But I sincerely believe that right down to the bottom of the heart, my heart, is that when I come for this treatment in Vancouver with Dr. Yu, the first time I came, I trusted him. And even though I found him on internet, which I think a lot of my friends would say, are you sure you go all the way to Vancouver from Singapore just to go for TCM treatment? Even so, I think I could see myself like, with the situations and the improvement, particularly in this trip. I learned to tell myself, never lose hope in yourself, body's ability to heal, as well as never lose hope in Dr. Yu, because this guy will do his magic somehow. And I think I have strong belief that my vision will stabilize, and I do certainly want to come back again to make sure that I see more clearly at a certain distance from the distance, and I think it's all possible. The reason why I trust Dr. Yu's deeply and his mastery of the needles and all this sort of thing is particularly in this trip, because when I come to when my vision was so blurry that when I come back this trip, I thought that there are things that okay, maybe it will stabilize. This is what I'm going to live with, blurry vision. At least I won't get blind. But I found that there are a few things that I could do that was in fact beyond me. I could sew again, although it's not very nice. I used to do needlework, but I could sew and mend a piece of torn clothing, which I felt that it was really an achievement, and that is the reason why I believe this treatment works. It takes time, it takes patience, it takes faith in yourself, in your doctor, and also the herbs that you take, a balanced lifestyle. And I also find that the support that we have in this clinic especially is particularly strong. It is in this clinic that strengthened my belief also, because we see success stories. There are success stories from patients. I met them, although initially we just see on the internet, we don't know whether they are real or are they just, but I have seen them in our repeated visits. We talk to each other, and then there are people who maintain their vision even after 9 years. Okay, but the initial process is very difficult. I agree. I mean, one of my inspiration, local Canadian, and his perseverance shows that after numerous times, even without improvement, he still come back, and then he got his vision, he maintained his vision, and it works. You see, not even. I mean, I always find that it works. I know it works for younger patients. I mean, for patients like myself, I thought that it might not work, but I have seen it work for a couple of patients around my age. So I feel that that is really a strong impetus for me to continue. And I also feel that there's a strong impetus for the other patients around, because we actually have a very marvelous patient support system here. Yeah. And also, of course, the exercises that Katie taught us and all this is sort of like help us, and also reminds us that being sedentary does not help in our eye condition. We need to exercise to get the heart pumping, to get the blood circulating, so that we can see better. So this is something that I will take back again now that my hip has recovered, that I will work harder on my. Yeah, I think so too, because like sometimes I do forget to do my high knee exercise and all this, but I have to remind myself that it works, and I have to do it. I have to I've seen cases of active patients who have regained their sight, and they are functioning very well. They can drive, and then they can go places and all this, and I want to be one of them. Another thing, I felt that retinitis pigmentosa, although it's a death sentence for all the patients like myself, there are so many permutations and all this, but I felt that Dr. Yu has managed to find a way to cure, and he has found a method, and I have seen myself that it works on various patients. And so I felt that that is why my belief is that someday, now is most important is sight preservation, which I have it, and I find that without a doubt that Dr. Yu is able to help me to regain more and more of my vision, And I think that this work that he's doing, devoting 30 years of his life doing this is actually very admirable because no other doctors will do it. No other doctors is so-called crazy enough to just, try to treat a certain a single type of illness. But I think Dr. Yu has definitely done that. As seen from my example with so many positive, successful cases in this clinic and maybe elsewhere, I do firmly believe that retinitis pigmentosa is no longer a threat to patients like us, to mankind, with Dr. Yu around. And then, yeah.